Hi everyone, this is V201 Introduction to Philosophy. First of all, let me just tell you that I am currently training to walk the Baton Memorial March, the half, the 14.1 miles. And so I'm telling you this because I want to explain why I'm looking a little sloppy here. Okay, so I just walked 6 miles, and it's Sunday, and so this is just kind of how things turned out. Okay, so anyway, that's that. All right, so this is kind of going to be our first week of getting into material. Okay, and I'm super excited actually because I'm anxious to see how this all goes. All right, so for this week, like right now, you should be wrapping up your discussion, your introduction discussion. Today's Sunday, the 20th. I'm recording this a little early, and I think I'm going to go ahead and post it because with this first week of material, it might be good to be able to get a start on things, even though it is a holiday weekend. Tomorrow is a holiday at the college. But anyway, so we are going into Module 1.1 this week, and the topic of Module 1.1 is, do we have an essential self or soul? And this is, an enduring question in philosophy. It's one that has always been asked, and there are many different points of view about this question, as you will see. And so our book, you probably notice our book that there are actually, 5 different readings on this topic. No, I take that back. There's more than that. There's a total of 18. But what I've done is I've picked a few just because it would be very difficult for us to try to tackle all of the readings. So what we are going to do is I've taken sort of a representative sample of points of view on this question. So what I want to kind of instruct you to do is, kind of how to approach the work in this class. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, and I think I said this in the introduction announcement that I made last week, was that you need to work through the modules, okay, in our class. And so when you go to the modules, you've done the Start Here module. By now you've probably completed your introduction discussion, so you're ready to go to Module 1.1. And so you're going to start with the overview page. Okay, and it says Module 1.1, do we have an essential self or soul? January 21st through 25th. Okay, so that's for this week. So read everything that's there. I've got a nice little picture. I have a brief, sort of one sentence introduction to the module. Course objectives, okay, that we're going to tackle in this module, and also objectives for the module itself. Okay, excuse me. And so the objectives for the module are to identify the main points of the philosophical theories of soul or self presented by Locke, Buddhist scriptures, and Hume in a self-check quiz, and to discuss the meaning of critical points dealing with the concepts of self or soul in each reading selection in a flash class discussion. Okay, so you want to read all this in order. Okay, then you get to your instructional activities. In the first instructional activity, it says read Module 1.1 commentary from Kim. Okay, so that is it's a little bit longer introduction and commentary about the topic and the readings that we're going to do. It's not super long, it's less than a page. So read that first, okay, because that gives you a bit of an overview to the topic and to the readings that you are assigned. Okay, so once you read my commentary, and one day I'm planning to make those into videos, so that'll be in a future semester. But once you finish my commentary, then you're going to go to your book, which is Traversing Philosophical Boundaries. All right, you're going to go to Chapter 1. Okay, and we are reading in Chapter 1 from the first section, which is called Do We Have an Essential Self or Soul? You're going to read first on personal identity, which is by John Locke. And then when you finish that, you will read the questions of King Melinda on the self. and that is taken from Buddhist scriptures. And then you're going to go on page 22 and read There Is No Personal Identity by David Hume. Okay, so those are the three readings. They're fairly short. Okay, each reading is fairly short. I tried to keep this to a manageable level, okay, for each week. All right, so once you read those, and I suggest you read each of those at least twice. I would also recommend, highlighting, taking some notes. What are these writers saying about the soul or about the self in a human being? Okay, that's kind of the main question. So write down some notes of what you hear them saying, okay, about that question. Okay, so then when you finish reading, 2 times each reading, you go to the assignment activities, which are the assessment instruments, and then you do the self-check quiz. Okay, don't try to do the self-check quiz before you've read the readings. All right, even though it's open book, you're going to go crazy because it's going to be difficult to do that quiz without having done the readings first. And then you get to the discussions. Okay, so the discussions, there are 3 discussions, and don't panic, okay, because the discussions are fairly brief. I don't ask more than 2 questions. In fact, I think I asked just 1 question in 2 of these discussions, but they are discussions on each of the readings that we'll be doing this week. They're questions. Okay, so you answer those questions. Okay, so the way discussion goes, you will need to get your reading done, completed, before Wednesday, because Wednesday is when you should post your first or initial responses to the discussions. Okay, that is 48 hours before the final due date, which is Friday, January 25th. Okay, so plan to post by Wednesday. That doesn't mean post on Wednesday. You can post before. It's open. I think one student has already submitted posts. Okay, and then you respond. Okay, so you're going to reply to 2 classmates. All right, so you should submit 2 replies to 2 classmates in each discussion. Okay, in all 3 discussions. All right, so that's how it's going to work. All right, so if you have confusion or need clarification, please contact me. The best way, again, is sending me a message in the inbox here in Canvas. Okay, all right, so I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoy the readings. I think this is a great way to start our class in philosophy, and I'm looking forward to working with you this week, and I will be grading your introduction discussions this week as well. All right, thank you, and have a great week. And again, stay in touch if you have any questions. Bye.